Hello, hello. This is Orkunt Yozgat. So my beginning, I was planning to say hello, guten Tag, schönen Tag. Ich bin Orkunt aus 3D Motion. But I will continue in English because my Deutsch is ganz wenig. So it's very good to be here. I really like the show so far. This is one of the few rare moments that you got free coffee, free tea, even free beer. I like it. And the most important thing, I am back to the city that I make my summer studies very old time ago. So Düsseldorf is one of the cities that I make this summer works during my university studies. And it's almost the first year of my career I had the chance to work with the logistics and the technology. So I was working for the transportation and logistics company for the fleet track management systems. So we were involved in Turkey, one of the biggest fleet system, and we were talking about 28,000 tracks. And when we launched the project, then they said, we are number 2 in Europe. But then I said, who's number 1? They said, Germany. So we came to Germany. Then here I had a really masterclass in Germany because, there were so much things that we didn't realize. There was so much thing that was missing in my early years of my career. So really Germany gives me so much feedback. And today I'm standing here talking to you about Industry 5.0 and Smart Wearables. So with all this year, we had so much things that we learned, we bring here. And since that time, of course, the logistic industry is growing so fast. So it became one of the main industry. So before it was like something in the middle, but today, with all this development in the business area, it became one of the main industry that is so important. And today, we can say that there is always 500 million parcels and like 3 million tons of shipping worldwide. So the focus on this area is really essential now. And the technology, when it comes to the technology, it's make a good combination. So until the last couple of years, we were talking about Industry 4.0, which was bringing the automation, which was bringing IoT, which was bringing the cybersecurity. But today, all this information are kind of bringing us different aspect of the business. Why I'm saying this? Because the time that we are trying to make everything automated, it doesn't bring us the real things. So it's like the last 2 years, I'm really smiling to these things that everybody was talking about the metaverse. So we were planning to shift to a digital world that everybody will be there with their avatar things. And today, in 1 year, it kind of disappeared. Of course, it's not disappeared, it will be there. But still, there's so much things missing. So I think it was kind of same scenario with Industry 4.0 because we couldn't digitalize everything. We couldn't automate everything. So check about this important warehouse. Maybe you have already seen it. This is one of the warehouse of Amazon. In the world, they have around 1,400 warehouses worldwide, and only 2 of them, like this one, is automated. There is no human being. Nobody is there. Just everything is automated. But it's only 2 for today. Why? Because you cannot skip all the human factor. You cannot skip all the human from this automation and the warehouse part. If you skip it, by the way, we check it, it's around 1 million people who are working in the whole warehouse of Amazon. So you cannot take all of them out, but with some steps, you should make a good combination. I think that's that point that comes Industry 5.0. It is the good example, it's the best study case that we are able to track, we are able to see. The main idea of Industry 5.0 is creating the efficiency with a good digital transformation and the transparency. So these ones are giving us a good feedback to us, and this is a real kind of balance with all the people, all the staff, all the humans working with all the technology. So while we have this balance in the Industry 5.0, there is still some problems we are facing. So what is this problem? Because as of today, when we check on the sites, we can see that around 9 out of 10 errors are made by humans. So there's kind of dilemma here. Yeah, we try to put the humans in the heart of the business, in the heart of this automation, but in the same time, so this is the humans who are making lots of mistakes, lots of problems. So how we will manage this? That's the reason why I think this is just as a topic of today comes the smart wearables, because we need something in the field that people can use, that we call the smart wearables, and it brings us efficiency. It brings us good results for the result and for the automation of the business, of the operation. But how we will do it? So this small question, it makes so much importance. One of the key things that we must have, the people who are working in the field, in the warehouse, in the logistics, they must be familiar what we are producing or what we are offering to them to wear. So imagine the smartphones or the phones that we are using. It became a certain time of period that the guys and we became like familiar with them. I remember very well about this car phones that was even heavy to break. Then comes the dummy phones. Then comes the Blackberries. I remember it takes like 3 minutes to send the email at 3 minutes. Then we have this phone, Nokia, the Legends, up, down, and today we have the smartphone. So it takes some time that we became familiar with this, and we accept it. In the same time, there are some things that we didn't accept, like Apple make the launch like 3 or 4 months ago, this provision, the glasses, smart glasses. We had also the same glasses from Google that were on the warehouse, but when we check, very few people just use it in the warehouse. Very few one. Why? Because it's not familiar. It's not on their daily use. So when you can see it, if you go to some multinational company's warehouse, yes, you will see these glasses. When they say the camera, people are putting the glasses. In my office, I was working for telecom, we lost the glass. When it came, it was a huge thing, wow. After 1 month, because we are not familiar with it. This is something that you should put additional attention. Then somewhere in the office, it has been lost. That's the reason why, when we talk about the smart wearables, it must be part of my body. It must be easy to use. And when we see the people who are working in the field, how they are using, what they are doing, they are using their hands. Carrying the package, checking the things, barcode readers, computer, but they hands. So it must be something that must be on the hand. And from that point, we create our own solution that I will give in detail, because I think it's quite important that we are able to deliver hardware plus software solution for smart wearables. Again, this wearable things, still I think it's not at the point that it must be. It's still coming, because like 5 years ago, it was a hype. Everybody was talking about smart wearables, but because of this familiarized issue, I think it didn't come to the point that we want to be. But today, when I show what we bring to the industry, I think you will understand what I mean. So let's go for it. like this ending, marketing. Future has come, so future has come, I come, so everybody's here. So I think what we did here is quite interesting because we try to create hardware and software. So if you make only hardware, it's okay. If you make only software, it's okay. But if you put both of them, then you got the right couple. So what we did, because you will see, and I mean in Germany you see different versions of what we did, but technically, so first I talk technically, we are at the point that will bring the highest level of technology, and I will mention why, because this is very important for logistic operations. So we are very present also in different verticals like retail, like automotive, like manufacturing, but because today we are talking about logistics, I will show you about logistics. So we launched this new product this year. One, we call this VEGA without screen. We call VEGA X with the screen. And we have colored and configurable screen. So it's a colorful screen. And the important thing, we are able to connect to Wi-Fi. So this is the first one in the market, the whole market, that is able to connect to Wi-Fi with such a small device. Also, if you want, you can use Bluetooth. If you want, or with this one, you can also use LoRa. LoRa, most probably some of you didn't hear. It's for the black warehouse, dark warehouse, that makes all the communication. So regarding the needs of the customer, we are able to define all of this. And because we are using Wi-Fi, it is very important again that you don't need an additional device. You don't need an additional computer, you don't need an additional laptop, additional mobile phone, nothing. So it's working like standalone. So we have IP67 standards for the waterproof, and we had 10 patents for our products. The very important thing, one of the very important things, as you can see here, we have rechargeable battery. So this is also pretty new, and this is also kind of unique in the market. Why? Before, even us, we were able to recharge the whole glove, because the glove is part of the hand, so you have to recharge the whole glove, and then you continue to work. One shift is like 6 to 7 hours. Now, when you change the battery, it's like 5 seconds. You change the battery, you have the new battery, and you continue to work. Another very important thing, because we will have people who will use in this smart wearables. That's the reason why I was talking about being familiarized. When you give a device, a smart wearable, to somebody who's in the field, if he don't feel comfortable, he will just throw it away, or he will not accept it. That's the reason why it must be light. That's the reason why it must be in a breathable textile, so it doesn't make you wet, and very easy to carry. That's why we have military kind of standards, which is very difficult to break it, to make it unworking. And we have a trigger button, and we have a conductive VR technology. So there is no cable, nothing. Imagine we are working with the automotive industry, because in Turkey there is so much automotive factories, so we are working with everybody, with all the brands. They are working in the different conditions than the logistic, because in the automotive, you know, imagine the factory side. So even with this one, you can go until like 5-6 months with one glove, I mean, without the device. This is very important. It must be very durable, and it must be very strong, plus very easy to use. So we have also different sensors in our device. It means we are able to track from different distance regarding the needs of the customer. So it can be from a small distance, short distance. It can be for a medium size or long range. Even with the long range, the guy, especially for the logistic, you can be on the forklift without going out. We can go until 10 meters, make the scanning, and continue to work. We have given different warnings for the glove. So we have the optic, like creating some light. We have haptic, creating some vibration. And we have acoustic, creating some voice. So regarding, again, your needs, we can customize all of them. So these are the sensors, different sensors for the usage. We have two-way protocol, and also we have this motion fall detection sensor. It means if somebody is in the logistics is working alone in some part of the warehouse, if something happened to this guy, so it's again healthcare issue. If the guy fell down, he had an accident, then we got immediately emergency case, and we know that there is something happened to this guy. Now when we check about the hardware part, we can make different scanning models. So we have a creative menu that you can customize yourself. You can make a normal picking, so you can make a normal picking. You can also make a picking with the image. This is very important. So you see the image on the device, and you pick up the same device, the same product. If it's wrong, you get a warning, like incorrect product, and you are able to go to check it. So we have this demo. I mean, we have also our booth in G05. If you come to our booth after the presentation, so we'll be happy to show the products. I make already talking about the products. So this is the hardware part. For the hardware part, everything I mentioned is quite innovative and new. But what was missing until today in the market, the software part. Because from the field, like the main principle of Industry 5.0, we have so much data. I mean, I think successful companies are the one who are managing this data, because everywhere we have so much data. But how you will manage this data? What you will do with this data? How you will make your data meaningful? That's why we create a software, a kind of dashboard, using your data, the data of the company, and make it meaningful solutions for you. This is customer data that we pick up with the gloves, and we can track lots of different things here. What we can track, for example? We are able to have some real-time tracking, some real-time task allocations, some warehouse efficiency analysis. We can put in, for the warehouse, logistic warehouse, some route optimization. We can create some route and check the guy if he's following the route, or we can make live location tracking. So these people must stay on the left side of the warehouse. These people must stay right side of the warehouse. If someone from this group go to the right side, I have a warning, because this group must work here in this zone. So we can also have that kind of things. Even we can check the active device tracking. This kind of things sounds a little bit simple, but in the field, probably you know better than me how much device has been lost, how much devices are disconnected. So it has got always some cost, some additional cost to the customer. Also, we can make image processing. And with this image processing, which is also very interesting and innovative, we can make check if something is kind of broken or something is faulty. We can even check the dates of the products. If there is a date, missing dates, or is there anything that we can count. We are able also to count the products. So all of them is, we can check the expiry dates also. So I mean, you go there, you take a picture, you can take a picture, and you can see the expiry date of the products. So all of them is possible because the software is quite smart and talented. So it's a little bit with the needs of the customer that must bring us to the next level. So like my last words, the future of logistics, I think, is bright and is improving all the time. Also, it's very interesting for me to visit the show, and we have so much things. And we strongly believe that the cooperation and the collaboration with the human and the robots or the system will increase the efficiency and the optimization of the goods. Dankeschön. Thank you very much for having time with me. And I think we have some time. If you have any questions, easy ones, then I can reply to you. Thank you.
Orkunt?
Thank you.
So, no questions yet via Slido, but for the spontaneous guys amongst you, please raise your hand and we'll get some more questions.
I think everything was clear.
Only cell phones risen, no hands. Okay then, but you said everyone is free to visit you at the stand.
Yes, G05. Everybody is welcome.
And discuss any further
more in
things.
detail, yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Orkunt Yozgat.
Thank you.